was my card. And then I end up with $457.84. Looks like we're matching there and there. All good so far. Now it says that on the bank statement, that I wrote a personal check for $38. I'm seeing that one down here. That's $686. It looks like, do you guys see $685 on their list at all? No, do you see how I wrote down that I wrote a check for Worth's catalog sales? It looks like I sent it in the mail, and that I made a check for $19.85. Hasn't been cashed yet. So I'm going to write down right here that this is an outstanding check. That means that I wrote it and it has not been cashed yet, so it hasn't been taken out of my account. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'll go back to that outstanding check in a moment, but I am going to check off that they did get that $38. That's good. The $38 is good there. And then I'm going to start writing some stuff on the side so I can make these two numbers match. So they had that I had $415.09, right? But what they didn't know about was this check, this $19.85. So what should I do to their number? I'm going to subtract $19.85 because I shouldn't have that money in my account. I know that that money shouldn't be in my account. I know it's going to be out of my account. I don't want to accidentally spend it. So I'm going to write 415.09 on my calculator minus $19.85, and that leaves me with $395.24. Is that what I want it to be? No. So we haven't quite hit it yet, but we definitely took care of something, right? That outstanding check. So now do you see that I've gone through these things, but it looks like I have one thing left here, this $475. What is that? Because that's not on my list down here. Yeah?
They kind of like automatically charge you, so that like you would write a check.
It looks like they did some sort of like service charge. Maybe they did a credit check on me. Like sometimes if I'm trying to get a loan or I'm trying to get a credit card or something like that, they'll charge me a little bit for a credit check. Sometimes you will have a bank account that they will charge you a fee if your bank account is below a certain amount. Sometimes it's like $500 or something, and they'll say, look, if you're, or even like it'll say like $50 if your account is below $50, we'll maybe charge you a $5 fee every, like that's in the fine print, that kind of stuff. There's not a whole bunch of service fees that the bank charges you, but occasionally it does happen. You could investigate that service fee on your own, call them up and say, what is this $475 for? Or maybe you already know. You're like, oh, that's right. I did this. I bought checks or something. I did this one thing and they are charging me for this. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go down to this part, the portion that was mine, this $399.99, and I'm going to subtract that $4.75 too, because I forgot about that service fee down here. And now I get $395.24. Do you see like how now the bank and I both agree? That's called being reconciled. I've reconciled the two accounts. I am positive that they are matching now. So who is right, the bank or us? Neither. Because the bank didn't know about what? What did they not know about? The outstanding check, the check I wrote, right? And it's not outstanding like, wow, that's outstanding, but like as in it hasn't been cashed yet. And what did we not know about? Yeah? The service charge. Okay, so do you see how we made a match? All right, so now we're going to fill out just the answers. We've done all the work in this problem. Now we're just going to fill out the answers in the bottom. So what was the outstanding check number? Which one was missing? 685. What was the amount of that outstanding check? $19.85. What was that service charge? $4.75. And the actual reconciled statement balance, that means what was the number that I got them to match at, and that is $395.24. So when you're doing your homework, there's only one more on the other side, just answering a similar kind of like, here's the bank, here's you, okay? Here's what I suggest you do, look up. I suggest you fill in the first two, what the bank is and what you are at the beginning, and then ignore all the questions and try to make them match. Once you make them match, filling out all the other questions will be like, done, okay? All right, so I would suggest you sit with your Post-it partner for this one.